Hi guys, welcome to this video for family lawyers. Today I'm going to show you guys how this dead simple 5-step process added 11 divorce and custody cases to a law firm in 30 days. So essentially this system works really well for larger family law firms as well as attorneys just starting out. I was able to implement the system with a family lawyer based in Toronto, Ontario. So he essentially just opened up his practice about a year ago. So he was struggling to get consistent leads on a month to month basis. And mostly all of his clients were coming in from either his SEO efforts or his word of mouth or referrals. So just to get into it quickly, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot from our conversion tracking software called Go High Level. That's the one I personally use, super easy to use. And that's also the one that I'm going to be referencing in this video. So as you can see, our campaign got him 26 new leads. Out of those 26 leads, 16 scheduled in for an appointment, 14 actually showed up, and then he was able to convert 11 out of those 14 leads, which is a very high conversion rate. So let's get into the hard facts. The legal market is more competitive than ever, with countless other law firms trying for the same clients, making it difficult to stand out and get noticed. So it's become very saturated now. In order to grow your firm, you need to generate more high quality leads. But between managing cases and running your practice, especially if you're a new attorney just starting out, there's little time to focus on marketing. Many law firms invest in websites, social media, or networking, but the results are often inconsistent, leaving firms struggling to find the right approach for sustainable growth. So here's a list of all of the overwhelming things that you can do: blogs, websites, SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, cold email, LinkedIn ads, and even TikTok now is becoming more prevalent in the legal landscape. All in all, there's a lot of avenues you need to put together to make a sustainable marketing system. And I'm sure you've tried a few things such as posting on social media, getting no consultations, spending thousands on ads to get low quality leads. Your best business is still coming from word of mouth or referrals, but it isn't as consistent as you would want it to be. You may have hired or considered hiring an agency at one point, but you don't want to pay a monthly fee or retainer or commit to something that isn't guaranteed. So before we get into it, who am I? So I started off working with an employment lawyer based in Toronto, Ontario about 2 years ago. So essentially, I was doing all of his marketing. I was doing his website SEO, I was doing his blogs, I was doing his ads, I was doing his social media. But over time, I was able to work with him and really refine the system so we can understand what was working and what wasn't working. And that's the system I'm going to be referring to in this video. So I've lived in 4 different cities throughout my life, but my undergraduate degree and then my 9 to 5 job led me to Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. Even for my 9 to 5 job, I was actually working in the insurance industry for this company called Chubb Insurance. And because of that, I was essentially working with, speaking to, and engaging with a lot of lawyers. And through my conversations with them, I was able to understand the legal landscape better and understand what it really takes to build a sustainable marketing system. So, how did I help a Toronto based lawyer add 11 divorce and custody cases to his law firm in 30 days? So, what is this that simple process? Let's get into it. So, what would be the first step? The first step would be to create an irresistible offer. So, we have a set of proven offers we use for our clients for separation and divorce, property division, adoption, child support, custody, and spousal support. But what does this essentially mean? This means that the first thing that your lead or client will see is going to be your offer. So this is what's going to get them to click on your ad and explore your services. So this essentially opens the door for your client to look at your services. So it's extremely important that you research and understand how to frame it in a way which makes it unique in the market. So the next thing you would need to do is custom market research for your law niche or service. So what this essentially means is that for every single law niche, you need to look into what acquisition channel would work best. So for family law, maybe Facebook ads wouldn't be the best in your location because maybe in your location people aren't commenting on the post. They're not feeling comfortable liking it. They're not feeling comfortable sharing or engaging with the post because, as we know, family law is very private and it's very emotional. So it also depends on your location. So you need to do your due diligence to understand what acquisition channel would work best for your specific case. The next thing would be a competitor analysis of ads. So essentially, every single successful family law firm in the market is using some sort of ads. They're either using Facebook ads or they're using Google ads. So it's very important to go out there and analyze what's working in the market and what's not working. So I'm not saying you need to steal your competitors' ads. Rather, you need to use what the market is responding to brainstorm and come up with your own strategy. But it's very important to analyze what is being accepted and what you also do not want to implement. And this is important because you don't want to waste your budget on ads that aren't working. So what will this do for you? So, crafting a unique and irresistible offer will help you eliminate competition, attract your dream cases, be seen as the expert, become the go to lawyer in your area, and sell with ease. And it's very important to align with your client's goals, dreams, and desires. So, as we know, family law is very emotional. There's lots of pain points. So, you need to truly understand the emotions and the pain points for your ICP in order to have a persuasive ad copy or a persuasive landing page, which I'm going to get to right after this. But it's very important to understand and essentially outline what your client's specific goals, dreams, and desires are before you move on to the next step. Okay, let's get into the law firm growth acquisition system. So, as I mentioned before, you need to tailor your campaigns to generate massive and engaged awareness and interest in your initial offer. Once you've understood what acquisition channel would work best for you, you need to create tailored, persuasive ad copy that engages. So, as I mentioned before, ad copy is extremely important because that's what's going to essentially outline your offer and that's what's going to help people click on your ad. So a good example of this is this ad copy that we use for this campaign, and it had a very good click through rate. And I can definitely break this down. So as you can see, we start off with family law mediation. You want to start off by reiterating what the lead is searching, just to keep their flow consistent. So they might search family law firm near me, family law mediation. So in this case, we run the family law mediation, and then the second part of it is targeting the emotions of the client, as I mentioned before. So protect your family's future. It's super simple. It's nothing complicated, but at the same time, it still targets the emotion that the client may feel. So at the end of the day, everyone wants to protect their family and keep their family safe. So by using this ad copy, it helped us target specific emotions and it increased our click through rate. So the next step would be to create custom landing pages for maximum conversions. So I get asked this question a lot, but there's a big difference between a website and a landing page. A website has a lot of things going on and it's not built to convert. It usually causes cognitive overload for the client, meaning that there's too much going on. So it's very hard to get them to convert. Whereas for a landing page, as you can see here, this is the one that we use for this specific campaign. Very simple, very straightforward. There's a lot of space everywhere, very easy to read. And the goal is just to convert. As you can see, there's different calls of actions: get in touch, book a consultation. There's social proof, 5-star reviews. If you scroll below on this landing page, you would see more social proof. And all in all, the rule of thumb should be that an eighth grader should be able to go through your landing page and understand what's going on, because in today's time, not people don't have a very high attention span. So you need to essentially make digestible content and digestible information so they can understand it quicker and convert. So the next thing would be to track every click and conversion. So I essentially do this for all of my clients because it's extremely important. What this essentially means is that when you create your ad copy and landing page, the way that your leads will reach out to you will either be through a lead form, which is going to be on the landing page, or they're going to call the number directly. Either way, you need to track how many people are doing this and what type of person is doing this, because it gives you data that you can analyze and you can double down on. You can use any conversion tracking software. You can use Zapier, you can use Google Sheets, Google Ads conversion, or even Facebook Pixel. But you do need to have this implemented because you need to quantify the process and you need to have data that helps you understand what's working and what's not working, because you need to utilize your ad spend and also understand where all of your money is going and how to make sure that every dollar you're spending is going towards the right goal. So what happens once your campaign is live? You're going to start getting high intent clients engage. And as I mentioned before, they're either going to fill out a lead form on your landing page, or they're going to call the number provided on the landing page. Either way, they're going to get in touch with an appointment setter. So you need an appointment setter that is trained to convert legal leads. This is incredibly important because the appointment setter will essentially warm up and nurture the lead, and they're going to get all of the important information from them, such as their martial details, their assets and property, their urgency and timing. And at the end, they're going to summarize the client's issues and problems back to them. And I found that this really works and worked really well for a campaign because it makes the client feel as if they're being heard, and it gets them to resonate with that specific law firm. So there's two situations: either the client picks up, in which case our appointment setter will speak to them and will set them up and schedule them in for an appointment with the lawyer, or they're busy and they don't pick up. In that case, you need to have an SMS, email, or voicemail follow up system integrated. So, what I use for my company is Go High Level, as I mentioned before. I think it's a great resource, also super easy to use. But the importance of SMS and voicemail follow-ups is that the appointment setter can use a personal diagnosis. What that essentially means is that they're able to go into the conversion tracking software, read the information on the lead form, and personalize the follow-up. So they're going to add in their name, they're going to add in what they're experiencing, and what this does is it helps leads that are already on the fence convert at a greater rate, because it's since it's a personal follow-up, it helps them essentially get persuaded into booking a call. And through our campaigns, this has increased booking rates by 15%. So it's super integral in your system to have. So after they've spoken to the appointment setter, essentially they would book them in your calendar, and then afterwards you would just engage the case and you would make them into a new client. Just to quickly summarize this process, you would need to start off with a good market communication angle, which essentially means that you need to have a unique offer that you can present to the market. Secondly, as we discussed, you need to have persuasive ad copy that sends your leads to an emotionally triggering landing page that uses emotions as well as pain points to help convert those leads. You would also need to have systems in place that are nurturing your leads throughout the entire process. So, as I mentioned, that includes an appointment setter that's legally trained for that specific niche, email and SMS follow up systems, as well as systems in place to make sure that the lead is being warmed up all the way through. And lastly, you would essentially just need to engage the case, speak to the client, and convert them. So if you do need my help with this process, I can go through our offer with you. So what would you get by working with me? You would get access to our Go High Level software, which includes all of the systems and automations that we've built using data from all of our legal niche. In this case, it would be family law. So you would get access to our email marketing funnels, our SMS marketing funnels, as well as our appointment booking services. Secondly, you would get access to our law firm growth client acquisition system, which I outlined throughout this video. We would do your market research for you, your competitor research and analysis. We would pick the best acquisition channel for your specific niche, in this case, family law. We would create your ads, your text copy, your backend automations, your landing pages, and then at the end, we would also optimize and A/B test all of your ads, your email and SMS sequences, as well as the landing page. You would also get a fully trained legal appointment setter. So this appointment setter would work around the clock for your business. They'd be fully trained on your specific business and services. They would text leads, they would call leads, they would provide the personal diagnosis that I previously mentioned. They would educate the leads on the service and pain points, as well as book appointments straight to your calendar. You would also get one-on-one support with me directly, which essentially means that you would get consistent communication in terms of how the budget's being utilized, what our future goals are, and how the campaign is going. We would start off with a one-on-one welcome and onboarding call where we discuss your goals and services, and then we would take it from there. Our offer would also include our bonus nurture system. So essentially, we would leverage our Go High Level software for this. This is a fully done for you nurture system that allows you to convert hundreds of leads that are on the fence. We would again use our email and SMS campaigns, and this is essentially a very fast and reliable way to earn quick cash. So, what would the result be? The result would be that you would essentially get a completely done for you marketing system that you would get to keep forever. So even if you choose to stop working with us, you would still have access to all of the funnels, all of the systems we've built. So you would essentially be able to use this regardless of whether you work with us or not. All in all, these alternatives would cost between $52,000 to $67,000. But what our offer essentially outlines is that we don't work on monthly fees. We don't offer long-term contracts and also no retainers. So it's not like you would be responsible for a monthly retainer that you have to pay, or you're bound by a long-term contract. We would essentially work with our pay per case model, which essentially means that we would be getting paid for each case that we bring to you. So at the end of the day, it's all performance based. So if we're not able to get you clients, then you wouldn't pay a dollar. And lastly, our guarantee would be that in 30 days, I can get you 15 divorce and custody cases. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, there's a button below that's going to take you to my calendar. Please feel free to book a meeting. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to speak to you soon.